I am going to walk you through our slides today, but then I am going to show you a feature that I hope works on your iPad. I've been working and using it with our in-person kids. It's called Pear Deck, and it is a way that you can interact with the slides, and it's a lot of fun for the in-person kids, so I'm hoping that it will work for you. So I'm just going to go through the slides and show you what they look like. And then underneath this lesson is a link called Pear Deck, and it should bring you to the interactive slide. So I'll show you what that looks like in this video as well. All right, so first thing I want you to do is I want you to count. You will be able to do this when you open up the Pear Deck. You're going to count by twos. Remember, I've said this many, many times, but one of our second grade skills is being able to count to 1,000 by ones, twos, fives, tens, and hundreds. So that's just something that you should be practicing every day, just for a little bit of time, but you do need to practice because that's a skill. And just like anything that you do, whether it's riding a bike or playing an instrument or learning a new language, practice is the only way to get better. All right. So I know that some people struggled with Canvas yesterday, and I'm hoping that at some point in the day it got maybe a little better. But you should have watched a video about expanded form and then practiced doing expanded form. So another one of our second grade skills is to be able to show a number, like the number 16, in 4 different ways. We need to be able to show it in standard form, which is just the regular old way to write a number. So if I were to say 16, standard form would just be 1 in 6, 16. Expanded form, that's when we stretch it out and we look at how much is in the tens place or the hundreds place and the ones place, and we stretch it out. So for 16, it would be 10 because there's a 1 in the tens place plus 6 because there's 6 in the ones place. So we're going to review that here. And like I said, you're going to be able to interact with the screen through Pear Deck, but we're going to review standard and expanded form. And then we're going to talk about the 2 other ways that you can show a number. So here we go. So these are the slides that I'm going to now open the Pear Deck app to show you. Okay, so here we go. You are going to go on Canvas, and right here, so underneath where it says next watch the lesson, that's what you're doing right now. But then under the lesson, it's going to say Pear Deck. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take you to Pear Deck. I hope, because this will really be amazing if this works. If it doesn't work, then you can still see what the slides are through this video, but I would really like for you to be able to interact because it just makes learning a little bit more fun. So it's always going to ask you this when you log on. How are you feeling today? You can answer it or you can press skip. I'm feeling happy. And then it will bring you to the same presentation. So here we go. First, let's practice counting by 5. You should be able to click on this. It will bring you, this is an ad. I hope that it doesn't have an ad for you, but this is the song. So you can practice that way if you want. Okay, so here we go. I just said yesterday we talked about how we can show the same number in different ways. We practiced writing numbers in standard and expanded form. And today we will learn 2 more ways we can show or represent a number. So represent is just a fancy way of saying show. All right, so here we go. So here is Pear Deck. So there are different ways to interact with a slide. This one is the draggable. So when you open it, this is a red dot and you can move this dot. So here's the number 439 and I have standard form and expanded form. So you are going to drag your dot to the correct answer. So again, you're going to do it on your own when you reopen it. But this is how you would do it. So 439, this is written in standard form, just the regular old way to write a number. So my red dot is on here. All right. Okay, same thing. Different slide, but same kind of slide, draggable dot. So here's 328. And I want to know, is this written in standard form or expanded form? Remember, expanded form is when we stretch it out, just like a slinky. So I noticed that it's expanded form. So I'm going to drag my red dot down to expanded form. Now again, you're going to do this all by yourself when you open the Pear Deck app, and fingers crossed that it works for you. All right, so here's another kind of slide. You're going to need your keyboard for this, but it says write the number in expanded form. So in here, you're going to press on this box with your finger and your keyboard should pop up. And that's when I want you to write this number 341 in expanded form. So you're going to write it, okay? And then when you're done, you go on to the next slide. This should be your own pace. You choose when you go on to the next one. So just for example, you would write 300. You have to remember the plus sign, 40 plus 1. So 300 plus 40 plus 1 is 341. All right. Then I will do the next slide. Okay, this is a different kind. This is a drawing slide. Now, some people don't really love the drawing feature because it can be a little bit big. Oops, that's not what I want. Let me move this. There we go. I got to move myself. So the pencil, you can also change the size. So you wouldn't want to use it super big. You would want it pretty small. I'm going to erase what I already have. But on your screen, you will write the number 48 in expanded form using the pencil. The marker's too big. And I talked to the class yesterday when they were doing their Pear Decks that I don't want you writing it right on top of the number like this. Then I can't see it, okay? So when you're writing the expanded form for this, I want you to think of an area on the screen that's big enough that I can see the whole thing. So for example, I might start all the way over here and do 40 plus 8. You want enough space and you want it to be in a straight line. It's called expanded form, but you want to read it like a sentence. So it would, this is not, here's what I don't want. I don't want a 40 here and then plus 8. Okay, that's not, that I can't read that in the way that I want to read it. So make sure that you're taking your time. You're choosing an area on the screen that you have plenty of room to write the whole thing. Okay, so that's a drawing slide. Okay, then there's some multiple choice ones. So here we go. Write the number in expanded form. Now you're not going to be writing it, but you're going to be choosing the right option or choice for 726 in expanded form. So remember, stretching it out. Okay. Okay, then another one, write the number in standard form. So here, let me move my little guy down here. So here I see that it's already stretched out. So what would it look like if it wasn't, if it was just going to be in standard form? Take your time, really look at the different options. I might try to trick you somewhere. So you want to really take your time. All right, then here's another one, write the number in standard form. So here's a drawing slide. Okay, so you're going to remember, you're going back to interact with these on your own. Then here's another standard one. You write your number here. Let's see the next one. Okay, so that was a little review. That was standard and expanded form. But we can also show a number in two other ways. We can show a number using words and models. So let's look at what that looks like. So here's my number 274, and that's in standard form, just the normal way you would see it. Word form is when you write the actual words to describe that number. So here's the number 274, and then here are the words 274. That's all word form is. Okay. Now, another way is model form, or just using base 10 blocks. So again, here's my number 274. But if I want to show it in model form, I show it in base 10 blocks. So 274. All right. So hopefully it will. Oh, what's going on with this slide? I'm not sure what this slide is. Maybe it's a little goof. I'll take care of that. So here's my numbers. So this is what we're going to be practicing. I have the number 375 in the middle of my table. And then I have all 4 ways to show this number. So right here, I have the number written in standard form. Looks the same, doesn't it? I have it written in expanded form, 300 plus 70 plus 5. I have it in word form, 375, and I have it in model form. So I've just showed you how. Now, when you do it, I'm going to add a few slides that look just like this, and you're going to practice building it on your own in those ways. Now, you're not going to have access to the base 10 blocks like this, but you know how to draw it. Flat would just be a larger square. A stick worth 10 would just be a line. And then your cubes are just going to be small little squares or dots. Okay, so you will practice showing 2 different numbers in these 4 ways. And then to end, the choice board will be updated, but you are going to do the independent practice, which is linked below. And then there's 3 may-do choices that aren't listed right here, but they will be listed on the updated link to the Pear Deck presentation. All right, so again, I need your feedback. I hope this works. If it doesn't work, you'll still have seen the lesson, but I really, really, really want you to try to go back. You will have to log in through your Google account. So remember, that's your same Canvas stuff, but it's going to be at mccsc.net, and then it's the 5-digit password that you use to get into Canvas. That's your Google login too. All right, have fun. Let me know your thoughts about what you think of Pear Deck. And I know that the kids in person really like it because it's a fun way to interact with the lesson. And I hope that you feel the same way too. Good luck.